Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, TGIF. It's a beautiful day out, and I'm in a good mood because we're going to have some fun talking about some HR tech today. So this week in the wrap, Upwork launches inside ChatGPT so businesses can describe what they need and surface freelance talent without touching a drop-down. Fountain launches Q, an autonomous frontline hiring agent with nothing but a prompt box as its interface. IBM CHRO told the Wall Street Journal that chasing AI productivity is missing the point entirely. And Lighthouse Research found that 80% of employers say AI underperformed, but only 22% blame the technology. I'm Mike Wood. Let's get into it in the wrap. Hit the theme song.
It's the wrap, HR tech news and shenanigans. It's the wrap. Here's your host, Mike Wood.
All right, for my main story this week, it looks like technology is having a Moviefone moment. Now, some of you might be too young to remember Moviefone, but it was a miracle when it launched. Instead of picking up the paper and looking through listings, you picked up your phone, well, the house phone that is, and punched in your zip code, and a voice read you every movie playing at every theater in your area. Sounds great, but almost immediately it became maddening. Sitting through each city, every listing, while you only wanted a part of the information that was relevant to you. Now, the problem was that the experience was designed around the database and not the person trying to use it. Kramer famously figured it out before the industry did. Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you're looking for? So we spent the better part of a decade building platforms that are generally impressive in their scope and generally exhausting in their execution. Want to find a candidate? Log in, navigate the dashboard, set your filters, build your pipeline, configure your workflow, check your integrations, and maybe after all of that, surface the 3 to 5 people that you were looking for in the first place. So the data is there. The problem is that the experience was designed around the software architecture, not the recruiter trying to fill a role by Thursday. So as we see more tools integrate with AI services like ChatGPT, we're going to see more do what Fountain did this week. Start with the user experience by letting the user tell you exactly what they need, not dashboards or data breadcrumbs leading them to a decision. Now, remember when I talked last week about the technology parity we're seeing in the space? When all the tech is the same, the user experience and outcomes come first. And you'll notice that more solutions soon will simply allow people to say this is my problem, and and I want to know how to solve it just in a simple prompt box. Going too fast. And if you need a visual metaphor, why not the underwear gnomes from South Park? Step 1, collect underpants. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit. That's been the HR tech playbook for the long time. Collect data, hope something useful comes out the other end. But what's different now is that today's tools and the ones built around prompts and agents actually tell you what to do and how to do it. No more question marks in the middle. So you better get comfortable with the prompt box. The Moviefone era of HR tech is ending, and the question is how many companies are going to spend the next 3 years insisting their zip code and press 1 experience is still good enough. Now let's move into this week's top stories. Oh, I forgot. I have some breaking segments up with some AI slops. So bear with me while I put together some wonderful video elements that AI has helped me with. You may be able to see that I did it in AI. Okay, that's the first one. That one's pretty good. It's not, they're going to get worse from here on. So first up, IBM CHRO Nikki LaMoreaux went to the Wall Street Journal CPO Council Summit and said the quiet part out loud. If your entire AI strategy is built around productivity, you're going to miss the moment. Her argument, enterprise workflow transformation, not individual task optimization, is where the real value lives. IBM's AI journey generated $4.5 billion in free cash flow and saved 22 million people hours over 3 years. But LaMoreaux's point isn't to pocket the savings, unlike a lot of companies. It's to redeploy them. So IBM is tripling entry-level hiring over the next 3 years because they think freed up human capacity should be pointed at growth, not just cost reduction. Sounds promising until you realize they'll probably be outsourcing everything. But I hope I'm wrong. Upwork just launched inside of ChatGPT. Wizehire did it for job seekers last week. Now Upwork is doing it for the people doing the hiring. Their new integration lets businesses describe what they need, surface relevant freelance talent from Upwork's 18 million person marketplace, and draft a job post, all without leaving the conversation. That's the key part. And from there, Upwork's AI agent, Uma, picks up the handoff, scoping projects, generating contracts, and getting work started. The thorough line is the same one we saw through Wizehire. If people are already starting their work conversations in AI chat, the platforms that show up inside that conversation win. Everyone else is a tab away from irrelevance. Let's move to my favorite story this week. So Fountain just drew a pretty clear line in the sand between what HR tech was and what it's becoming. Their new product Q isn't a dashboard. It's not an AI assistant layered on top of existing workflows. It's an autonomous agent that runs frontline hiring operations without anyone telling it to. Sourcing, screening, scheduling, shift gap detection, location, performance flags. Q executes and then reports back on what it already did. And the interface, if you look at it, it's a simple prompt box. That's it. Get right to the point. And this is exactly the Moviefone to prompt box shift that I'm talking about. Congrats to Peter Eisman and team. I absolutely love it and expect to see a lot more of this type of interface in the HR tech world coming up soon. Workday and Achievers are bringing employee recognition and rewards natively into the Workday HCM experience and wrapping AI around it. The pitch: every recognition moment now feeds a continuous picture of who's contributing what and which skills are making the biggest impact across the org. That's useful data that typically lives nowhere or gets buried in a separate engagement platform nobody logs into. Now, this is the kind of integration that makes recognition go from a feel-good feature to the actual workforce intelligence. And if it works as advertised, managers get signal they've never had before. Here's some more AI slop to move on to our next section.
Is this spike in Q3 accurate across all regions?
Yes, and if this trend continues, we're looking at significant growth by the end of the year.
So I told AI to create a little video about two people looking at research and reports, and that's what they came back with. So I'm moving on to the research and reports section. My friends at Lighthouse Research and Advisory surveyed nearly 1,000 TA leaders about AI in their hiring processes, and the results should make every vendor pause. So 8 in 10 employers said AI underperformed their expectations. But here's the kicker. Only 22% blamed the technology. The rest pointed squarely at themselves. So misalignment with their recruiting operation model, lack of internal readiness, poor change management, leadership expectations that have no business being set that high. As my buddy Ben Eubanks puts it, AI isn't a light switch. It turns out most companies have been treating it like one. And so if you're implementing AI in your recruiting stack, this is required reading. The tech isn't a bottleneck. You might be. Moving on, Bamboo HR pulled 5 years of data from 72 million job applications, and the headline is counterintuitive. The funnel is fuller than ever, and nothing is coming out the other end. Applicants proposing nearly doubled since 2021 from 46 to 95. Meanwhile, the hiring rate dropped from 4.5% to 2.8%, and the completed hires fell more than 20%. So we got more people applying and fewer people getting hired. Do we have a clog? Is there a clog in this pipe? Are screening tools over filtering? Are job descriptions too broad? Are candidates mass applying with AI tools? This data raises more questions than it answers, but it's a signal that the hiring funnel is fundamentally broken right now. And yes, that of course is the AI slop that was created for the funding and acquisition section. So quick funding and acquisitions roundup for this week. My friends at Humanly, the Seattle-based AI hiring platform built for high-volume frontline environments, acquired Anthill out of Chicago. Anthill is a post-hire engagement platform that helps frontline managers stay connected to deskless workers. Congrats to Birch Faber and Prem Kumar on another acquisition. Some other ones here: Track Check based in London and New Delhi, closed an $8 million Series A led by Ivy Cap Ventures. They're building what they call a human operating system, autonomous AI agents designed to replace enterprise hiring workflows, not just to assist them. Experian acquired Confear, a UK-based employment and income verification platform that pulls from open banking, payroll, and tax data, and up to 6 years of employment history. And Worky out of San Francisco closed a $2.75 million pre-seed to build an AI workforce infrastructure layer that's specifically for healthcare.
So the monkey jumps onto the spaceship, right? And he says, "Houston, we have a banana problem."
Again, with the AI slop, I just wanted two people listening to a podcast, and this is, of course, the slop that they give me. So I want to let you know that on the podcast this week, on this week's Totally Talent, I sat down with Gareth Holdstock from Acadia Healthcare at I Am Phenom. We talked about how Acadia uses Phenom to build talent pipelines ahead of new facility openings. Speed to execution is everything, the difference between a filled role and an empty one. And something that really struck me, Acadia's most effective recruiting tool is their mission. And as Gareth put it, we provide light in people's darkest moments. So when your purpose is that clear, candidates feel it. And it becomes your strongest differentiator. Please check it out on HR.com. The link will be in the newsletter. And finally, it's worth a click this week. Burger King is hiring 60,000 workers. While white-collar workers are watching AI eat their calendars, someone is actually hiring. Burger King announced plans to bring up to 60,000 workers across roughly 6,500 U.S. locations, crew and management, off the back of their Reclaim the Flame turnaround. Frontline hiring is so hot, you might say it's flame-broiled. I think I have a soundtrack here. Oh, That's so funny. I know, but somebody has to say it. Well, I'm going to end each new edition of the Wrap. This is the new thing that I'm doing. I'm going to end each edition. Stop that. All right. I'm going to end each new edition with something fun. And I want to talk a little bit about Golf Plus. So Golf Plus is this VR golf program that is on Meta Quest. It's Meta VR. And I know I rail all over technology and Meta and all this stuff, but I got this for my kids a couple of years ago, and I've been completely addicted to the golf game. It is fantastic. If you are a guy or a girl and you're a golfer and you're sitting around all winter and it's snow and you want to play some golf, jump on to Golf Plus. You'll see me on there. Please send me a friend request because I have a lot of fun doing it. And if you just want a quick preview of it, by the way, Golf Plus is not sponsoring me yet, but it could. And I just want you to check out what it actually looks like. So here's a shot that I sent around to my friends earlier.
All right, here it is, guys. Island Green, Big Crow. They're all chanting wood because at 12 over par
Really
they
puts you
may
in there.
Still be in the hunt. Got 9 iron. Let's see how I did.
What do you think's going to happen?
Spin.
Anyway, it's a ton of fun. It is a ton of fun. If anyone out there has a Meta Quest and they are on games or whatever, download the golf game and we'll play together. Everybody, have a fantastic weekend. I hope you see the full edition of The Wrap on ilovethewrap.com. It's a new website I'm building out. And check out some other things I'm doing with HR.com starting on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. And that's it from The Wrap. Hit the theme song.
It's the Wrap.